everybody. Didn't see you there. I've heard so much about this book. It's so fired up, I decided to buy it and read it myself. Seriously. No, really, I did. We didn't ask me anything. Episode, I think it's episode 4 or 5. And it was supposed to be about Stadium Status, my new book. However, some of you, my less enlightened community members, decided to just ask me anything about anything. So we're going to humor you, and I'm sitting here in this gorgeous office space of Valico Group. My friend Seth Rigoletti is behind the camera, and he's going to ask the questions, and I'm going to give you your Ask Me Anything about Stadium Status and other random musings answers. Seth, fire away.
So Dan Lawrence asks, did you write your book while sitting in a stadium?
I did not. I wrote my book while sitting in a Starbucks, or as I like to affectionately refer to it, global headquarters. And there will be video snippets that we're going to record from stadiums, though. So I hope that answers your first question.
Dan Lawrence also asks, what is your go-to pre-writing warm-up playlist?
Dan Lawrence, you ask a lot of questions. My go-to pre-warm-up playlist, I will post in the comments below, because I have a Stadium Status Spotify playlist which features all of the outstanding entertainers that we've either interviewed or written about in said book.
Dan Tudor writes, apparently all your people are named Dan. Dan Tudor writes, when will my copy arrive?
You know, Seth, I'd rather have a lot of Dans in my life than have a lot of Johns. When will my copy arrive? Well, Dan Tudor, it will arrive when you pry open your wallet, dust the cobwebs off of that thing, and buy a copy online or wherever books are sold. But, you know, we all know that you like to throw nickels around like they're manhole covers. So I'm going to incentivize you the best way that I know how that will resonate with you. 100% money back guarantee.
And then Dan also asks, to be clear, it's a big coffee table picture book about different stadiums around the U.S., right?
Why would I do that? Why would I limit myself to a book that goes on big coffee tables, Dan? I mean, that's alienating such a huge percentage of the market. Like, why wouldn't I write a book that would go on, case in point, right here, Seth, let me zoom in on this, small coffee tables, or a medium-sized coffee table.
Good point.
Dan, I thought you were a marketer, man. Like, why would I limit myself in that way? But yes, it is a book about stadiums that goes on coffee tables.
John Chapin asks, why did the chicken cross the road?
John, this is a deep, deep question. The chicken crossed the road. You've probably heard this before, but didn't understand the dark meaning of it. The chicken crossed the road to get to the other side. And what I mean by that is the chicken wanted to die. That was the chicken making a suicide attempt.
Oof.
Pretty deep, huh?
Yeah.
So it literally crossed over into another life.
Eddie Kreider, I think I said that right,
Eddie Kreider
asked, if you were hashtag shipwrecked on an island, what would be the one thing you would need?
A boat, hello. But Eddie, I know where you're going with that, and I think that I would want some shipwrecked wine, because that would be very fitting. Eddie Kreider's my country brother from another mother who grew up like next town away from me, back home, and we're both huge Low Cash fans, and Low Cash has a wine called Shipwrecked. So see what we did there, folks?
Carrie Parody says, who are 3 people who have passed that you did not know personally you wish to have a conversation with, and why?
Hold on, Carrie. Let me see if that's in the book, because this was an Ask Me Anything about Stadium Status. You look in the index. Is there anything about that in the book? Nope, there isn't. But I'm going to answer that anyway. The 3 people I would want to, what was the question again? Have lunch at Chipotle with?
Yes.
The 3 people from history who are dead that I would want to have lunch at Chipotle with would be Abraham Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt, and FDR, because they all led our country during periods of great turmoil. And if those 3 weren't available at the same time, like if they checked their iPhone calendar, Google Calendar, and they weren't available at the same time, I would probably have to say my 3 grandparents who died before I was born I never met. But thanks for really sticking to the subject, Carrie.
All right. Seth Rigoletti asks, how many fingers am I holding up?
Who asked that?
That would be me.
Seth, in your case, you're holding up 11, all 11 of your fingers, hopefully directly in front of your face, obstructing my view of you. Oh, wait. Now he's holding up 1 finger. It looks like he's giving me half the peace sign, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
And Phil Bolduc asks, if you're at the airport on a horizontal people mover, and the guy in front of you is doing a headstand in the walk lane, can you pass him in the stand lane?
If I'm at the airport driving a Cadillac Escalade, what was the question again?
The guy in front of you is doing a headstand in the walk lane. Can you pass him in the stand lane?
Phil, you're a sharp man and a brilliant entrepreneur. I think we all know, and I think you know the answer to this. It's the stand lane. You're stationary in the stand lane. There's no passing in the stand lane. But somehow, if you got out of the stand lane, you could get ahead of the guy.
There you go. All right.
Any other questions?
That's it.
How about one impromptu question from the Peanut Gallery here, also known as Seth in his office getting annoyed with me?
What's the biggest lesson you've learned from writing and publishing Stadium Status?
The biggest lesson I've learned from writing and publishing Stadium Status is that it takes a team, and coaches need coaches. So again, I mentioned this in a previous video, but I had an awesome editor, Susan Lazau, and she pushed back an awful lot and questioned me and challenged me. And to kind of bring this home, be a little serious, or a lot serious, I think we all need people who are willing to push back and challenge us, because it forces us to get better at whatever it is we're doing, whether it's writing a book or whatever industry we work in. Coaches need coaches. Everybody needs a coach. Be coachable. And that's it for Ask Me Anything with Coach Brew. And again, you want to check out that Spotify playlist. I will put it in the comments underneath here, and you can listen to some great music. If you haven't picked up a copy of the book, go to stadiumstatusbook.com. It's also available on audio for all of you non-readers. And I know most of you don't read, which is why you're watching this video. Thank you.